know our rule is never trust a man when he says, I will take care of everything. But
Yeah.
I think just extend that to any kind of anyone.
Anyone. Yeah, never trust anyone who's like, I will take care of everything.
I will take care of everything. That's nope. It
Bad
is
phrase.
a plot device for not taking care of everything.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There's no business like show business.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My.
Of the music
I would like you to know that my first note is in all caps, no spaces, bolded. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
My first note is, it's rated PG for momentary teen smoking.
It's literally just that one shot in the bathroom.
Dear listeners, you may think we're talking about Grease. We are not.
Mm-mm.
Welcome to season 2 of 5, 6, 7, 8, a movie musical podcast. We are your chaotic co-hosts.
Mhm.
I'm Anna.
I'm Grace.
And this is the podcast where we review and recap movie musicals. We're so excited to kick off season 2 with, honestly, one of our favorite movies of all time. Like, this was not a struggle to get us to watch this.
No, this was very much like, there are like, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 musicals that Anna and I could watch on repeat forever and ever, and this is definitely one of them.
For the record, I hate rewatching movies.
Yeah.
Like, in my life, there are very few movies that I will sit down and watch start to finish again.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
This is absolutely one of them.
We are doing the 2007 colorful, high energy Hairspray.
Dancing in the streets! Ugh!
With the most stacked cast.
The stackedest
Oh
of cast.
My god. I just got full body chills
Ugh.
about how stacked this cast
Every
is.
single person in this movie, I have no notes. So, like, and we'll talk about, like, what the other
I have
casting...
thoughts, but I don't have notes.
Yeah. I have a whole bunch of notes about who the other options were for casting, and
Mm-hmm.
while it would have made it a radically different movie, I could not imagine replacing any single one of these actors. They were excellent.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy, oh boy,
We
oh boy, oh
open.
boy, oh boy.
We enter
With the drums.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Bum, bum.
We see rows and rows of apartment buildings.
Mhm.
As the music slowly filters in, we've got steam and horns and dogs barking and some
And-
debatable CGI.
And people living in tempo to the music. I love it.
Mhm.
A newspaper is dropped. It is May 1962 in Baltimore.
And the saxophone comes in.
Yeah, we're gonna be hot on the
Oh.
mics on this one, guys, just because we're very excited.
I'm like 2 feet back from my microphone.
This
Yeah,
music.
you especially need to make sure you're not too hot.
I'm trying
because
very,
we have
very
one
hard.
more episode to get through.
I know, before all of my new audio equipment comes in. Hey guys,
can't
I'm
wait.
getting new audio equipment, so I should no longer sound like I am in a basement. Anyway,
In a tin
in a
can.
tin can. Alright,
We see
a girl get up and getting dressed to the beat. A hairspray can sprays at the camera and it reveals Tracy Turnblatt at her vanity getting ready for the day.
it is officially the opening number.
Good morning,
She
Baltimore.
bops down the hallway, she turns on the TV, and we get Good Morning Baltimore.
Ah.
Good Morning Baltimore is such a great introductory
God,
song.
it's so hype.
To just not only the world, but like the personality of our character.
Yeah.
And it sets the tone right out the gate.
And
I know
honestly, it sets the
exactly
bar
what the
high.
show's gonna be like.
And it
Mhm.
keeps getting raised. Honestly,
Mhm.
it lives up to the hype that the opening song gives you.
This opening number takes us through her morning routine.
Mhm.
She's out the door. She's singing the song.
Mhm.
It takes us to school, but she's doesn't actually get to school because she's too busy dancing and having
She
a great
misses
time
the
that she
track
misses the
because
school
she's
bus.
vibing, and so
She's
she
vibing.
she flags down a passing garbage truck.
garbage
and gets a
truck.
ride to school on a garbage
It's
truck.
absolutely a funny girl homage.
Oh,
like,
man.
we are 5 minutes into this film,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and Tracy Turnblatt is riding the top of a garbage truck
It's
to
amazing.
school.
Tracy is a 5'2" powerhouse. She
Mhm.
is so stunning and is a curvy girl who's just so supremely confident in herself, though she does stick out a bit considering the sort of classic 50s vibe that most of the other teenage girls are going for, which is slender and tall. And so she sticks out, but honestly, it doesn't seem like it affects her because she is just so positive all of the time. It's amazing. God, her voice. It's so funny because right at the end of the song, the final note is an E, which anyone who has ever had to belt the vowel E knows how fucking hard that is. Holy shit, because it hits so weirdly. You sort of normally pop it open to an ah a little bit.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't strain your vocal cords, but she just hits that final E note flawlessly.
Probably because she didn't have to do it 8 shows a week.
That's fair. It was once you only have to get it right once and they have to get it on
once
tape.
In a studio. The bell rings.
She's late.
She is late to school. Tracy is so bored in class. It's science class. The teacher threatens to write her up for improper hair height. Tracy just keeps looking at the clock. I'm sorry, the lecture was about volcanoes, and it sounded really interesting.
I know, she was like, even though volcanoes sound interesting, we have to go back more than 60 million years. And I'm like, tell me more.
Please tell me more. We see Tracy then in another class, watching the clock. She's literally tapping her foot. The bell rings. She leaps out of her chair.
Grabs her friend Penny, played by Amanda Bynes.
And the downbeat of the next song starts, and we are intercut between Tracy and Penny running for the bus, running through the streets of Baltimore.
Trying to get home.
Intercut with scenes from backstage at a TV soundstage.
The Corny Collins show.
We see dancers getting ready. We see lots of hairspray being sprayed.
Yep.
This is backstage at the Corny Collins show, which is an after-school special.
And Corny Collins
is played by James Marsden.
And he is hot.
They got it so right.
He's so hot in this movie.
So right. Corny is the host of this after-school special. The only thing I can compare it to, because we definitely didn't have a show, what would it be?
Maybe like Zoom?
See, I didn't watch Zoom.
Yeah.
But
that's like the closest I can think of are like the Nickelodeon shows.
The ones that were live had
like
kids.
The Amanda Bynes show.
Honestly?
Yeah.
That's probably the closest, and not similar in structure at all.
No, that was much more of a variety comedy show. But this was much more
of
like
a song and dance show.
Yeah. Anyway, so the song is called The Nicest Kids in Town. There is this one girl who is blonde who is hogging the camera. And during the song, there's another redhead girl who pushes her out of the way during the dance, and it is hilarious.
This is the introduction to the Corny Collins show. Very much introducing that every day the kids tune in to watch.
After school.
Yeah, the dancers sing and dance. It is also established, like, it is an entirely white ensemble.
Yes.
Of dancers, all in their late teens. They're all probably between like 16 and 18. It is established in this song that once a month on the Corny Collins show, they have what is called Negro Day, which is when African American performers
have one day a month to basically have the same sort of show where it is like a song and dance thing for teenagers.
And it's a different host. It's Motormouth Maybelle, who we haven't met yet.
No, we haven't, but Miss Latifah is on her way. All right.
She's on her way.
So then this blonde girl has a solo with Zac Efron. He appears. Sweet baby-faced 21-year-old Zac Efron.
He's so young looking.
He's so tiny. Anyway, we get a roll call, and we get introduced to all of the kids, and it starts with the blonde girl. Her name is Amber, and we go through all of these other children, and it ends with Link. And it is Zac Efron. Hot.
He is the heartthrob. Now, intercut with this dancing is that we see that Tracy and Penny have gotten home. They're at Tracy's house. They're watching this on TV. And when Link comes on screen, they both scream.
And then suddenly,
we are also introduced to Tracy's mother, Edna, who runs a laundry business out of their apartment.
Yep. Played by.
Edna is played by John Travolta.
Amazing.
In full drag.
And honestly, I thought he did great. This whole movie.
This is one of my favorite John Travolta roles.
Absolutely.
Edna also has the only authentic Baltimore accent.
Yeah, he does really good with the Baltimore accent. I was just like, oh, okay.
I'm trying to orn.
Yeah, I'm trying to orn here. So there's one moment later where she's like, well, I can't stay. I left my arn on. And Queen Latifah's like, oh, your arn. Like, it's so funny. Anyway, so Edna's like, stop dancing to that racket. Like, the neighbors will think that my ears are garbage cans. The song wraps up, and then they're learning a new dance from the show. Suddenly, someone calls out for Edna, and Penny panics and jumps behind the couch to hide. Enter Allison Janney. I always forget she's in this movie, and goddammit is she a delight.
Allison Janney plays Prudy Pingleton, who is Penny's mother, who does not know she is there. Yep. Prudy is a upright, extremely conservative, religious, she's dropped her laundry off at Edna's, and so she's going to pick it up. Prudy sees Tracy, no Penny, dancing to the music on the Corny Collins show, and she doesn't approve and says, my daughter would never do that. My daughter spends every afternoon after school at
the Stamp and Coin Club.
Thank you.
And Edna is like, oh, you think your daughter's at the Stamp and Coin Club? But just then Tracy flags her down and is trying to mime, please don't tell on Penny.
Charades, don't tell.
But Edna has no chill and just
flubs
blurts
it
out.
Flubs it. Prudy is shocked that her daughter is there. She bans Penny from the house.
And from watching the show.
Yes, and Penny is upset but allows herself to be dragged from the apartment.
No, but there's one of the funniest moments. I have so many giggles that it's overwhelming. As she's dragging her out, Penny's like, without this show, I have nothing. She replies, having nothing builds character. Toodaloo, Edna. And then just walks away. It's so funny.
God bless Allison Janney.
Anyway, cut back to the studio.
We meet Velma Von Tussle, who is played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Velma is the manager of the station that hosts the Corny Collins show, WYZT. The dancers finish their song. She yells, we're off, off the air. And she goes immediately up to Corny Collins, and she starts giving him a hard time for playing rhythm and blues music.
Yeah. And he says, well, the kids dig it. It's great, so why not? She says, we need to be steering children in the right direction. And Corny tries
and he's like, don't you mean right?
Correct her, and she's
like, yeah, that's what I said.
And then walks away. Evil. So she goes and starts going up to the children. So there's a girl fussing with them. She pulls padding that she has to make her chest look larger. And then she goes to a guy and reaches for his pants. And he's like, I'll do it. And pulls out a sock. And she walks by Amber and they give each other an air kiss. Surprise. Amber and the station manager are mother and daughter. Then Amber walks up to the girl that pushed her during the taping and threatens her. And
she starts to call her a
She starts to call her a whore. And then suddenly Link walks up and her whole demeanor changes. And what does he give her? He's like, it's time, and then hands her something.
He gives her his ring.
Is it a ring? Oh, man.
It's his class ring. Because that was a thing in the 50s and 60s.
I was like, didn't people give each other their pin? I didn't know what that was.
Kind of similar, the same way that girls will wear the guys' Letterman's jackets. Yeah. Very much as symbolizing, you wear my ring, you're my girl. Yeah. We're officially together.
So she's excited. They kiss.
Link and Amber are definitely currently the lead boy and girl dancer. And also it couple. So he gives her his ring. He says it's time for her to have it. Simultaneously, Velma, Amber's mom, goes up to a camera op who was filming and threatens to fire him if he doesn't feature Amber more. Yeah. And he's like, I gotta show the other kids sometimes. Yeah. And she essentially threatens him, being like, you're gonna work at the Weather Channel if you don't do what I tell you to do.
Yeah, exactly. Cut to, it's a different day. It takes two. Amber is dancing with someone right in front of him. And Tracy and Penny are watching this by standing outside of a TV store since they can't do it at her house anymore. And Tracy is upset. She's like, Amber can't even dance. I can dance better than her. I don't know why Link doesn't notice me.
Link goes to the same high school.
Yeah, they all go to the same
Amber
school as
and Tracy. Yeah. In what world?
In what world? Anna, how do these children pass school?
Okay, we haven't even discussed any lyrics. So back in the Nicest Kids in Town, there's literally a lyric where it's like,
who cares about algebra and calculus? You better do your homework on the morning bus.
They're like, being on this show and dancing with us is better than getting a school degree. You'll never get to college, but you sure look cool.
Insanity.
You've learned the Nicest Kids in Town dance, right?
Yeah. And the ending.
Well, no. I know the ending, but I remember being taught Nicest Kids in Town. It is so fast.
It's so fast. Oh my god. Honestly,
it's so fast.
Oh god, what did they call it? You can't stop to breathe. That's honestly this whole show.
Yeah, you can't stop to breathe.
Yeah.
So Penny and Tracy are watching outside, and Tracy is wishing Link would notice her at school, and that Amber can't dance as well as Tracy can. Just then, Link's song on the TV finishes, and Corny Collins comes on the air and says that one of the dancers on the show is going to be taking a leave of absence, and she comes up next to him and is like, well, how long are you going to be gone? And she says, only 9 months.
This girl fucks.
So, It's implied that she's leaving the show because she's pregnant.
Yep.
Corny says, so we're going to hold auditions tomorrow at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I think he says to cut class.
Yes, he does. No, Link says to cut class, because Corny's the one who announces that Brenda's leaving, and then Link is like, so come and audition.
Brenda.
It's during school, we'll all be here, because fuck classes, and cut class and come and audition.
And Tracy's like, this is my moment. We cut to home. Tracy really, really wants to go audition, and her mom is simply telling her no, it's a bad idea. She says, dancing isn't your future. One day you're going to own the laundry company.
And she says, I don't want to be a laundress. I want to be famous.
Just then, Tracy's dad comes into the room. We haven't met him yet. It's played by Christopher Walken.
Yes.
And his name is Wilbur.
And he's like, what's the problem?
She's like, my dream is to dance on that show. And she essentially says, Mom has no dreams of her own. And Tracy storms out of the room. Edna turns to Wilbur and she says, I'm not trying to crush her dreams. I'm just trying to protect her from being made fun of at the audition. Quote, those TV people, they don't pick people like Tracy or girls like us. They're going to hurt her. Implying that if you do not fit the mold of thin, blonde, they're not going to get cast, and Tracy's going to be devastated that she's not cast and probably made fun of,
and also
for
insulted
even dreaming.
Yes, exactly. So Wilbur says he'll go and talk to her. He's like, is this something you really want? And she's like, yeah. Then he's like, then fucking go for it. He is the most supportive dad. He's like, if this is something you really want, then, you know, you have to go for it. I pursued my dream of having the best damn joke shop in the city, and I got it. So you have to go after your dreams. He runs a joke shop, y'all.
Her father runs a joke shop directly downstairs from their apartment called the Hardy Har Hut.
Cut to the audition.
The dancers on the show are being taught a new dance by Velma. So she's not only the producer, she's a choreographer.
Yes, she is.
And a bunch of girls who have shown up to audition come into the doors. Velma sees them, comments to Amber what a motley crew they are.
And starts to sing
the song Miss Baltimore Crabs. But it is established, Velma says things have gone downhill since I was crowned Miss Baltimore Crabs, implying that Velma was not always a producer, she was also
a beauty pageant winner.
Yeah, that's what she's a pageant winner.
Yeah.
This song is a dream sequence of when Velma was crowned Miss Baltimore Crabs. It's of the songs in this show, it's the least necessary, but it's so fun.
It's so fun. Well, and Michelle Pfeiffer does a great job with it, but I would also just like to note that Penny also cut class, not to audition, but just to support her friend.
To watch Tracy audition. Person.
So then Velma turns to her daughter and is like, let me show you how I won my pageant, and sends the girls to go get the auditioners, and then dances with all of these teenage boys. It's problematic. And she reminisces about how she won the talent competition by sleeping with the judges. She was like, the girls may have patted their cups, but I screwed the judges. That is a line. Insanity. It's not great.
Nope. This entire song is Velma and Amber essentially like shitting on all these girls. Being a racist. And it's not just Amber and Velma. The other girls in the show do this as well.
Of everyone. They make fun of like the girl's nose. They make fun of someone else's clothes. They make fun of Tracy's size. Like, it's rough. Then they're asking them all of these questions, and then suddenly Velma turns to Tracy and asks if she would swim in an integrated pool. And Tracy's like, fuck yeah, integration's the new frontier. And the look on Velma's face just shuts down. Not in Baltimore, it isn't. Eventually, she kicks her out.
She kicks her out for her size and her answer.
And so she and Penny walk away, and Penny's like, I think they secretly liked you. So supportive. Love her.
Am I crazy? You know the soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
They must have cut a scene, because at the end of this song in the soundtrack, you hear someone else, presumably little Inez, saying, may I please audition? And Velma saying, no, but you may bow and exalt.
Yeah.
Because I am Miss Baltimore Crabs.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
it must have been a cut
was in
scene.
this film and they cut it. I'd always assumed it was little Inez, but
I always assumed that it was Penny.
Another girl.
I was like, she's there anyway.
Oh, that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not really sure.
It's not in the film, so
we're
not going to talk about it.
Anyway, they go back to school. Tracy sneaks in, but the teacher catches her and sends her to detention. Cut to detention. Anna, have you ever gotten detention?
I have.
Was your detention a bop like this?
I wish it was. Have you gotten detention before?
I got Saturday school once.
What? Hold on. What? Why? And what was it like?
Because a guy was making fun of me, so I stabbed him in the hand with a pencil.
That's such a better reason than I got detention. What did you have to do at Sunday school?
My homework.
Saturday school.
It was...
Oh, okay. Was it all day?
No, it was like a half day, I think. I think it was like from 8 until 12.
Why was the school open? Like, how was it structured?
It was because they didn't have detention, and they were like, oh, detention means that you skip class. We don't want you skipping class. What's an actual punishment? Spending half of one of your days off at school. So that was why they did that.
Detention was always after school.
Oh, yeah,
us.
no.
It was never during school.
No teachers wanted to stay after school.
All right, we got way off topic, and
anyway.
I have 11 more pages of notes.
Yes. Cut to detention.
This detention is...
there's no supervising teacher.
There is no teacher there. The detention is just full of students dancing and grooving.
To a radio. It's great.
Yeah.
We should note that everyone in the detention hall is African American. So they are having a radio
Tracy and
playing.
Penny are the only white...
Tracy's the only one.
No, sorry,
there.
Penny's not even there. Penny's there. Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, God damn it. Penny's not there. Tracy's the only one there.
You got this, Hannah.
The only white one there. I got it.
So they have a radio playing and they're all dancing, and Tracy walks in and is like, this vibe is dope. And she sees Elijah Kelly, Dreamboat, dancing. Oh, God, he's so attractive. This is Seaweed. So she asks if the dance that he's doing has a name and starts trying to learn the dance. And at first, some of the other dancers are just like, what are you doing? But then Seaweed's like, oh, damn, you're pretty good at this.
You can move.
You can move. And so suddenly she realizes that she has seen Seaweed on TV before. And she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love your show. I wish that your show was on every day. And Seaweed jokes, he's like, at our house, it is. And then he's like showing her some of his dance moves, and they introduce each other in dance form. It's so funny.
Just then, we see Link and another like random boy from the show walking down the hallway.
And you got this
Grace, what are they talking about? Yeah, I did. But what are they talking about?
So Link says, no, I get who Caesar is, but like, what are the ideas of March? How can a month have ideas? And I fell over. This is what happens when you skip school to go dancing.
They walk down the hallway, and Link, through the window in the door, sees Tracy dancing with the other detention kids.
And then comes the worst bit of secondhand embarrassment in this entire movie.
Take it away.
Oh, because Seaweed is like, what do you think of detention now? And she's like, I'm a bad, bad girl that needs to be punished. And slaps her ass, and Link sees all of this. Seaweed bursts out laughing, and Tracy turns around and goes beet red. And it's just like, oh no.
Just wants to disintegrate into the floor. But Link says, tomorrow at the show, we're having... At the dance.
It's like a school dance that Corny Collins is hosting, basically.
He invites her to the hop, and he says, if Corny saw you dancing like that, he might put you on the show, which is music to Tracy's ears. Yeah. Speaking of music,
he bumps into her.
Switch places. He bumps into her. He calls her Lil Darlin'.
Hope I didn't dent your due.
And he leaves. Heart eyes. Tracy
agog.
Agog. And we get the opening notes of I Can Hear the Bells, which is Tracy literally just floating out of school
and like imagining
a heart high.
What their relationship
imagining the rest of her life with Link is going to be. Okay. A couple things.
There's so many moments of joy in this song. I couldn't write them all down.
I have a couple. First of all, how does she get to the teacher's lounge? She literally wafts her way through the teacher's lounge. We next see her in the nurse's office, because someone clearly was like, this girl's sick. She's getting her temperature taken. This nurse is a waiter, for sure. This nurse is also an assistant choreographer for this film.
Oh, I didn't know. That's cool.
Oh my God. Okay. The lyrics in this, I cannot believe.
It's the French kissing line that I cannot handle.
Oh, it's the won't go all the way, but I'll go pretty far line for me.
That one's a good one, too.
We kiss inside his car. Oh my God.
And then there's a moment where she is like, whenever we say I do at the wedding, my mom will cry, but I can't see because Link and I are French kissing. First off, don't French kiss at your wedding when you say I do. That's too much.
Is that when he licks his hand?
There's a shot of Zac Efron doing a full body lick of his hand. And I'm just like, oh, damn.
Like heel of his palm to the top of his middle finger. She's spying on him in the bathroom
Weird.
with two other guys. He goes
Straightening
to
his
slick
hair.
his hair. Yeah, straightening his hair. But instead of just like licking his fingers or like licking like his thumb, licks full heel of his palm to the top of his fingers, and it's slow.
Oh,
Ugh.
it was a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But at the end, she sees Link and Amber together and comes back down to Earth because he's not with her, he's with Amber.
The school bell rings, we smash cut to the dance. This is my favorite song in this film. This is such a
good song. Oh my god.
We see the dance floor is segregated. There's literally a rope divider in between the white students and the African American students.
Yep.
Link is on stage with Corny Collins in a full band, and Link is singing the song Lady's Choice.
This song is a bop. So Tracy and Penny walk in, and Tracy is like, okay, how do I do this? The dance floor is pretty crowded.
How do I make myself seen?
So she sees Seaweed dancing and moves her way through the crowd to get to him and is like, we should dance together. And he's like, I can't. We can't dance together.
She wants to do the dance that he taught her in detention the day before.
Exactly. And she's like, well, it's your dance. And he's like, you know what? Go and borrow it for a minute. And so she hugs him, and Amber sees this and looks scandalized.
Mm-hmm. Tracy kind of gives her an eye look, being like, what are you going to do about it? Tracy
takes center stage.
Does this dance, and gets all the men on her side of the dance floor to like join in with her. Link watches and cheers for her.
Oh yeah, Corny
loves
is
so
into it.
Corny is like clapping along,
like
loves
big
it.
Thumbs up.
I love James Marsden. Amber looks horrified.
Oh yeah, because at one point, like, Link slides in on his knees and sings directly to her, especially during the line that one day maybe we'll find a baby makes three, and I'm like, oh damn, it's great. Penny's vibing in the back again, love it.
The song continues playing, but we cut to Penny running through the streets of Baltimore,
yelling,
Mr. and Mrs. Turnblad! Mr. and Mrs. Turnblad! She gets Tracy's father from his joke shop. She like bangs on the window. She goes up to their apartment. She tells them to turn on the TV, onto the TV. And we tune in just to see the opening cast intro of the Corny Collins show, where all the kids shout their names one by one as they go down a line, and we see Link, and then he moves out of the way, and it's Tracy! She got on the show. Edna and Wilbur scream.
Oh, they cheer her on. Backstage, we see Velma talking to, who is this guy?
The producer.
Oh, he's the producer.
Mr. Spitzer.
He's like, what happened? She's like, I don't know, Corny went briefly insane and picked her. So the song ends, and Corny asks Tracy to introduce herself, and she's like, I watch the Corny Collins show, and I do absolutely nothing else. And then he's like, well, anything else that you want to do? She's like, I also hope to be the first woman president or a Rockette. Magic. I love her so much. And then Corny asks her what would be her first act as president, and she says, I'd make every day Negro Day. And Velma chokes. Corny, however, is super into this. He's like, that sounds amazing. I think we have a new candidate for Miss Teenage Hairspray. And Amber is shooketh.
It has been established what Miss Teen Hairspray is. So it's upcoming. It's going to be on June 2nd. It is essentially a talent show of all of the girls that are on the show.
Basically. So cut to the producer saying that he wants Tracy the communist off his show.
Saying it's going to be bad for ratings.
Exactly. But Corny is like, I don't know, she has a lot of good ideas. He's like, I think that we should mix all the kids together and just have everyone dancing together. And Velma, once again, is shook.
Corny wants to fully integrate the show.
Yeah, he's like, this is where it's all heading. You can fight it or you can rock out to it. And Velma's like, well, I don't know, maybe we need a new host. And he gets all smug. It's like, how do you fire Corny Collins from the Corny Collins show? And then the producer yells at Velma to fix it and then leaves.
We cut next to a trio of white girls, Amber in the front on the show, singing the song New Girl in Town, which interspersed with that is all these quick shots of Tracy becoming super popular on the show. Her dad is selling all kinds of merchandise at his shop.
Yeah.
Wigs and whoopee cushions and lots of stuff.
The producer's like, oh, her being on the show is sending my ratings through the roof.
Because people are buying so much hairspray.
Yeah.
She's getting lots of fan mail. Yeah. And we see that Tracy and Amber are starting to get pretty close in terms of final tallies for the Miss Teenage Hairspray contest because
Exactly.
it is votes by mail as
or
well
by
as
telephone.
on the
Yeah.
telephone.
So over all of this, the song New Girl in Town is being sung in a very 50s style.
Bop. Yeah, very sweet.
Yeah. Sanitized.
He's very sanitized, very Beach Boys.
Beach Boys is a good way to put it. Then we cut to another version of New Girl in Town. So suddenly we are into Maybelle's show, and this is being sung by 3 African American women who give really big Dreamgirls vibes of just the fabulous matching outfits, and this version of the song is a lot more bluesy and jazzy, and Maybelle is emceeing this whole show. There's also a little cut scene in which Penny goes to detention, and they're like, oh, where's her pink slip? And there's a huge crowd behind.
Everyone wants to go to detention now.
Everyone wants to go to detention.
Because Tracy's in detention again. How does she keep getting detention?
So silly. So anyway, it was like, oh, where's her pink slip? Tracy goes over and grabs her and it's like, she's with me. And then introduces Penny and Seaweed. And they are instantly into each other.
Instant hard eyes from both. The connection is electricity.
Electric. So then, come back to the studio, the song wraps up. Once they are off the air, Velma comes up and yells at Maybelle for choosing the same song that Amber did. And Maybelle is like, they wrote the song. Velma tells her that she is 1 inch from being cancelled. Cut to Tracy's house.
Edna picks up the phone because the phone is ringing, and on the other line, it is someone named Mr. Pinky, who owns the shop Mr. Pinky's Hefty Hideaway, which is a plus-sized women's fashion store in downtown Baltimore, and he wants to hire Tracy to be the spokesgirl.
For his store, yeah.
Edna says, okay, we'll come by. Hangs up. Tracy's like, I think you should be my agent. This is going to be happening more and more and more. And Edna's like, that's a crazy idea. Edna says she hasn't left the house in years. She says she'll do it after her next diet. Edna's very insecure about her weight, about her body image. And Tracy gives her mom a pep talk. She goes, well,
the world is changing.
People who are different are being seen more and more in the spotlight. You're not shoved to the back. And we get the song, Welcome to the 60s.
So whenever I've talked about previously big in the streets dancing, this is what I imagine every time.
Really?
It's that final moment of this song. That's the big in the streets dancing, where there's just a bunch of people literally in a street, and they are dancing their hearts out, and it makes no sense, but it's a musical, so I love it.
She gets her mom to leave the house, and Edna sees the times are changing outside.
Yeah. They get to Pinky's. He shows up with a plate of donuts and tries to flatter Edna and butter her up and get her to sign a contract without reading it, but she was just like, Tracy, eat your donuts. I'm going to read through this contract. And so she immediately starts correcting it, and she's like, I want a non-exclusive contract extension by mutual agreement. Like, suddenly she is a
She knows what she's
agent.
talking about.
She knows what she's talking about. But they finally come to an agreement, and then the makeover happens.
I want to set the stage a little bit where Mr. Pinky is played by Jerry Stiller.
Yes, he is.
There's a bunch of shop girls in the shop. It's very pastel and bright and colorful. They take Tracy and Edna backstage to the dressing rooms, and they give Edna a makeover. They do her hair up. They get her in a
amazing sparkly pink dress.
She looks so much more confident and happy.
And
Tracy gets a little makeover too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she joins in. Everyone's dancing in the shop. Then
it explodes onto the street.
They have all these shopping bags. They're so happy. And it ends in just like a full-on dance break in the street.
And then there are fireworks behind them, because of course there are.
No reason.
I love it. I love it. I love this song. Anyway, cut to a diner. Tracy and Edna are having dinner at the counter. Tracy says Wilbur's gonna be blown away by her makeover, and Edna's like, I don't know, he's always distracted by his shop. He never notices what I wear. Enter Velma and Amber. Velma introduces herself to Edna, and Edna is very happy to meet her. She's like, thank you so much for letting her dance on the show. This means so much to her. And Velma looks at Edna and says, you'll stop traffic, and then walks away, and Edna just crumples.
You see her face crumble. She says she's going to return all the clothes. And Tracy says, no, they're just
afraid.
Yeah, that I'm going to beat Amber for Miss Teen Hairspray.
And Edna's like, really?
It's not exactly what they were saying.
Yeah, but you know, it's part of it. Cut to class. Tracy is asleep.
She was up last night with a makeover, and she's doing the show.
It's a lot.
We see Amber and Link in the back of a class surrounded by a bunch of other popular kids. Amber is fully spreading rumors about Tracy. And Link kind of stands up to her.
Yeah,
and Amber
like,
is
what the fuck?
shocked. And in revenge, Amber fully gets Tracy in trouble and gets her detention by saying Tracy passed a note that depicted the teacher of the class badly. And Tracy's like, that wasn't me. And Link again comes to Tracy's defense. He's like, Amber, you gotta stop. You can't do that. And the teacher calls out Link, being like, is there something you want to add? And Link's like, yeah, kiss my ass. So Link also gets detention.
Adorable. So anyway, so they go to detention, and it's the same as before, where it is mostly African American, and they're dancing and vibing. Penny's there, though, and Link walks in, and he tries to join in on the dancing, but it's not really appreciated. But Seaweed ends up inviting them all, so Penny and Tracy and Link, to a platter party that his mom is throwing. By the way, his mom is Maybelle. And Link, dumb boy that he is like, would it be safe for us? And Seaweed is like, calm down. But everyone agrees to go, and Seaweed starts to sing, Run and Tell That.
Run and Tell That.
It's one of my favorites.
I have a school structure gripe.
Great.
Which is, Tracy and Link went to detention in the middle of whatever class that they were excused from. Mm-hmm. They are in this detention room for about 5 minutes, and then the bell rings, and they're just done with detention.
Shaky sweaters. Anyway, Elijah Kelly's voice. It's velvet. It's so good.
This song.
We say that for every song.
I say every song is my favorite. It's like, I do.
So during this song, they all get on the bus. Seaweed keeps flirting with Penny.
But also, before they get on the bus, Amber sees Link with the rest of the kids.
Yeah. So Amber sees Link getting on the bus with Seaweed and Tracy and the rest of all of the other kids that were in detention. Seaweed introduces his little sister, Lila Inez, and she has this fabulous solo, which is my favorite part of the song. Like, I love this song, but Inez's solo is stunning. Basically saying that she wants to sing and dance on TV too, and how it's difficult for them right now, but she's gonna make it work. And the song wraps up as they get to Seaweed's home.
The song is essentially reminding these main white characters that, like, you think you have it bad, you're not even comprehending the way that the system and the world is structured inherently against us as African American citizens. We see Amber at home crying to Velma about Link getting on the bus with Tracy and Penny and Seaweed and the rest of the detention gang, and Velma says, Mommy will take care of everything.
And she's like, I control Link's career.
I know our rule is never trust a man when he says, I will take care of everything, but I can't just extend that to any kind of anyone.
Anyone? Yeah, never trust anyone who's like, I will take care of everything.
Nope.
Bad
It is
phrase.
A plot device for not taking care of everything.
Cut to Maybelle's record shop. This also starts the song Big, Blonde, and Beautiful. So Maybelle owns a record shop, and she's hosting a platter party. Seaweed comes in with Link and Penny and Tracy and introduces everyone to Maybelle. Seaweed asks Penny to dance. Maybelle can tell that, like, ooh, these two are into each other.
Tracy loves the platter party, loves dancing.
She's like, this is amazing, and her and Link start to dance.
In the beginning of this song, before our cast of characters arrives in Maybelle's shop, we do see Maybelle getting dressed, kind of dolled up, and we also see Velma starting to get dolled up.
Yes.
We then see Amber in her bedroom calling Edna, pretending to be someone named Mike. She's like, I have important information about your daughter's whereabouts.
Yeah. And a hotbed of moral turpentine.
Just tells like Edna, your daughter's in a bad place. You gotta go save her.
Yeah.
At Maybelle's store, Link and Tracy dance. And Tracy wonders to Link, she's like, are you going to get in trouble with Amber for coming with me to this? And he says,
maybe.
Knowing you, Tracy, is the start of a new adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm into it. Just then
Edna comes in.
And tries to, like, haul Tracy home.
Oh, man.
And tells Penny to go home before her mother shoots her.
There's also a moment where Tracy tries to introduce Link, and Link winks at Edna, and it does not work, and he looks very shocked that his flirting did not work.
I didn't catch that. That's so
funny. Man, it's so funny, because she's like, this is Link, and he just goes and winks at her, and Edna's like, and he's like, oh, that didn't work. I don't, what do I do?
In fact, that made things worse. But Maybelle comes up to Edna and is like, you're welcome to stay, and would you like to have some food? Maybelle shows Edna this fantastic spread of food. Edna and Maybelle kind of bond over the fact that they're both bigger women in society.
That love to eat.
And Maybelle, again, kind of reminds Edna that you can hide inside or you can fully embrace who you are, all of you.
Absolutely.
I love the lyric of, like, who wants a twig when you can climb the whole tree?
Absolutely.
And Edna's like, right,
yes!
I can be confident.
I am
because
sexy!
I like myself. Yeah, and Edna's sold. The song is just about embracing
love yourself.
who you are.
Big, blonde, and beautiful.
And not trying to fit into anyone else's boxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great message. I have no notes.
I have no notes.
Cut to the Hardy Horror Hut. The song is not over, by the way. We get a reprise of Big, Blonde, and Beautiful in a second. Velma sneaks into the Hardy Horror Hut, and no one's there. She's
in a red dress.
With a matching coat and gloves.
Ugh.
No one answers her hello. She sees, like, Tracy merchandise and, like, smacks it.
So mad.
But then we do see Wilbur is there in a gorilla mask, and he scares her.
Yeah.
And she starts her flirtation seduction campaign.
And he is oblivious.
Yeah, he thinks she's there to buy joke stuff.
To attract a man.
Yeah, she implies that her husband is dead. He's
suffocated.
Accidentally suffocated.
If anyone ever wears one of those murder my husband robes, it's going to be Velma Von Tussle.
100%. She's implying that her husband's dead because, like, she's single, and Wilbur's like, well, if you're looking to find a new man, wait a man's heart is through his funny bone, and just tries to keep
sell her things. Anyway, back at Maybelle's. Edna asks what they're celebrating, and Maybelle says it's more of an ending. And so she announces that their show has been canceled, and everyone is devastated, especially Lil Inez, who hasn't had a chance to dance on the show yet. And Tracy comes up and is like, well, you should just come and dance with us on Corny's show. And Seaweed reminds her that Black people and white people have never danced together on TV before. It's just not done.
Schools may be integrated, but public television really had not.
And Tracy says, well, if we can't dance, maybe we should just march. And Maybelle is like, oh, damn, that would get some ratings. And Edna is a bit nervous about this.
And so is Link. Link looks very nervous about this.
Yes, and Edna is like, maybe it's time to go home, and that marching is too dangerous, and Tracy blows her off and then goes to Link and asks if he will march with her. And he says that he has to think about his career. He can't jeopardize that. He says this is all too big for him, and she looks devastated.
He says, this adventure is too big for me. And he's not saying Tracy's too big.
No, but she takes it that way.
He realizes that was the wrong way to phrase that.
That's not what I meant. I apologize, but she's like, it's fine, and goes to her mom.
And cries.
Yeah.
And Link's just like, I fucked up.
I should go.
But Link's reasoning is that the Miss Teenage Hairspray contest is coming up in like a week or so, and he's gonna get to sing on it, and there are a bunch of Hollywood agents coming to see the show.
Yeah.
And if he marches, he'll probably get blacklisted by Velma. He won't get this shot at performing.
He's been dancing on this show for 3 years, and this is his final shot.
This is what it's all been working up towards. And he wants to march, but he's putting his career first.
Before that. Cut to Edna and Tracy getting home, and Edna's like, you know, men always put their career first, just like your father. He's always down in that joke shop. And so Tracy goes to bed, and then we get the reprise of Big, Blonde, and Beautiful.
We see Edna getting dolled up. Edna feels so confident in a way that she hasn't in so long. She kind of gets dolled up and, like, dances her way down to the Hardy Har Hut to go visit Wilbur. And Velma is just pulling out all the stops to try and seduce Wilbur, and it's not working. Just then, Velma physically grabs Wilbur's, like, belt and, like, pulls him towards her as Edna opens the door and sees them. Velma sees her and then, like, turns over her shoulder and, like, pulls Wilbur on top of her and, like, tries to make it seem that they were really in the middle of something.
It's like, oh, you said your wife was out.
Yeah.
Edna is crushed.
The damage is done.
Cut to Edna crying and telling Tracy that she will never go on that show again.
Tracy goes downstairs to visit her dad, who is sleeping at the shop because Edna changed the locks so fast.
So fast.
That's not how locksmiths work. But anyway, Tracy tells her dad that I think Velma only did that to try and keep me off the show. And she's already canceled Maybelle's segment. She's just trying to keep anyone who is different, who doesn't fit into her little mold, off the show.
And Tracy says, I always thought fairness would just happen, but now I know that You can't just stay at home and wait. You have to fight for it.
And Wilbur agrees with her, and he's like, I would never cheat on your mother. She is my whole world.
She's my
Tracy's
dream girl.
Yeah, and Tracy gives him a key to the new locks, and he goes up to see Edna and to plead his case. And he says, he's like, baby, it took me 5 years to figure out you were flirting with me. You think I would ever look at another woman?
Yeah. He starts to sing the song, You're Timeless to Me. Oh man, it's such a fun song.
This song hit me in a different way than it did when it came out.
Yeah.
I think because I was like, it's the parents' song, and I want to play Penny, and like, da-da.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is a good song.
This is an adorable song. They forgive each other. They fuck in the backyard.
Okay, hold on. You can't just gloss over it like that. They go from the apartment into like the outer patio of their apartment where Edna hangs all the laundry for her business. And there's a lot of just like dancing through the laundry sheets. I fully forgot about the tango sequence and the ball gown sequence.
Of like these two guys who are actual dancers. So like John Travolta and Christopher Walken are both legitimate dancers.
Yeah. I had forgotten about the lyric, you're fat and old, but boring you ain't.
So good.
But yeah, they rekindle their love and trust, and they absolutely have sex in the backyard.
Yes. Cut to the next day.
Edna goes up into Tracy's room, all is forgiven. She goes to wake her up, and Tracy has snuck out in the middle of the night. That old trick where you put just a bunch of body-shaped pillows in the bed and you cover it up with a comforter.
So stupid. Cut to the march. Tracy shows up, and Maybelle warns her that if she marches with them, she'll never dance on TV again.
Yeah, it's gonna cost her everything.
And Tracy says if she can't dance with Seaweed and Little Inez, then she doesn't want to. She just wants a better tomorrow.
Tracy takes a sign, goes to the very front of the
picket line?
March with picket line. Is it a picket line if it moves?
I don't know. It's the march. It's the front of the march. She's standing right next to Maybelle, and Seaweed is on Maybelle's other side.
And they start to march. They're marching to the TV station. Like, they have a destination. They march through Baltimore.
This is the song.
And we start the 11 o'clock song, I Know Where I've Been, which is
so
Queen Latifah just giving it her all.
And Queen Latifah has a remarkable voice. It's so moving, and people keep joining, so the crowd that started as Maybelle and 20 other kids is just grown
to be this formidable force.
Yeah.
We morph into nighttime. They've been marching all day, and they have candles, and they have made it to the station. But just before they get to the station, Edna finally finds Tracy in the crowd and tries to get her to come back home. And Tracy's like, nope. Yeah, Tracy's
You're
like,
coming with
you're
me.
marching with us. We briefly see Velma at the TV station where the march is headed, and she's saying, like, no, we're not sending our own news cameras. They're marching on
Against
our
us.
station to be ridiculous. Yeah. And then she learns from the person on the other line that, like, well, Channel 5 is there. And she's like, what? Why would Channel 5 be giving this any airtime? And then she realizes, oh, they're probably giving it airtime because Tracy's there. We get to the station.
There is a line of cops there to stop them.
Full police blockade.
And he tells them to go back where they came from, and he blows out Maybelle's candle, is very rude and dismissive.
He turns his back to them. He has, like, delivered his message. He's like, go home, get out of here. And he turns his back to him. Tracy's right up in the front of the march, and she says, hey, Maybelle's still talking to you. Like, you can't turn away from us. And to get his attention, she lightly bumps him on the head with her sign. And he turns back and goes, you just assaulted a police officer. And he orders everyone in the march to be arrested. Tracy fully flees. Edna body blocks this police officer.
Edna and Maybelle grab arms, and they link arms to give, like, a full body blockade so that Tracy can escape.
The crowd fights with the police as she escapes. We cut to
Penny's
Trudy
home.
and Penny's house. They're watching TV. They're watching a live news report where someone in a news station is saying, like, and Tracy Turnblad is
brutally attacked a police officer.
Yeah, wanted by police for brutally assaulting a police officer.
Yeah.
And Prudy says, like, well, you know, if you hung out with Tracy anymore, that's exactly what would be happening to you. You'd be in prison. You'd be fighting whores for cigarettes.
She's like, and you are never to see that girl again. Just then, outside the window behind her mom, pops up Tracy.
Tracy, she's like, please, let me in.
Let me in.
Penny sees her. Prudy doesn't. Penny kind of, like, shakes her head at Tracy to, like, go around the other side of the house.
Yeah.
We cut to Tracy's house where Wilbur and Edna have just gotten home. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry we got you in. This whole mess has started. And Wilbur says, I'm not sorry. I'm proud of you and Tracy for standing up.
And he's like, and I won't be mad at you if you won't be mad at me because I just spent all of our money bailing out everyone that was arrested.
He bailed out everyone. They still don't know where Tracy is. We cut back to Penny's house. Penny sneaks Tracy into her house.
Her mom has a bomb shelter.
Fully has a bunker downstairs with like a bed and dried food and a gas mask and like
Russian language books.
Penny's like, I don't know what my mom has. There's all this stuff. But just then, Prudy comes in, sees Penny and Tracy. She's already called the police that Tracy's here, and she grabs Penny. She's like, you're never leaving the house again. And she locks Tracy inside the bunker. Briefly cut back to Edna and Wilbur and Tracy's house. The news reporters are describing the police's injuries as even worse, like cataclysmic, like on life support.
And she savagely beat him with a crowbar. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and Edna's like, they're fully lying about Tracy. I can't believe they're doing this. Just then, knock on the door, and Edna's like, oh, Tracy, is that you? It's not. It's Link.
It's Link.
Link has showed up.
I can't believe that Tracy would savagely beat an Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout. And it's like, it didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I should have been there with her. I shouldn't have been a coward. I shouldn't have been so selfish.
It's like, I can't sleep. I can't eat. And Edna's like, oh, you can't eat. Honey, I'll make you a plate.
Back at Penny's house, Prudy is fully tying Penny to the bed with the jump rope, and she sprays Penny with holy water, calling her a devil child.
As soon as she leaves, Seaweed comes in. Oh!
He comes through the window.
And she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here to rescue the fair maiden, baby.
He unties her.
Well, no, before he unties her, they kiss, and she's like, oh, amazing. I was worried that the world would keep us apart. And he's like, no, but these knots might. Was your mom in the Navy? Jesus.
I literally wrote, ooh, it's Grace's song.
So this is Without Love.
Okay, let me set the scene. We see Link in Tracy's room. I don't know why Edna let him into her room.
I don't know.
Link spends this whole song singing to a photo of Tracy that Tracy has in her room.
In her own room.
Like a high school portrait.
Yeah, weird.
Seaweed gives up on trying to untie the knots and saws through Penny's binds with a switchblade. Yeah. They escape, almost forgetting to release Tracy from the bunker.
Because they're so in love with each other.
But then Penny tosses her a key. They hide her in the trunk of the getaway car that Seaweed has brought. And they hide Penny in the backseat under a blanket. Because there are full police blockades.
Yeah, looking for Tracy.
Yeah. So Penny, Tracy, Seaweed, and 2 other people in the car all make it back to Maybelle's house. Or the store. And this is when we get our favorite lyrics of this song.
But there's also a shot of Link, and this is my big old moment of joy, which is when they're talking about without love, life is awful, and the line that Link has is, without love, life's like getting my big break and laryngitis. And he fully looks shocked, and he's just like, and laryngitis, oh, shocked. And then, like, his face changes and he goes back into the song. It's just so funny.
No, because I was watching that, because Grace and I have talked about this moment ad nauseum. It's just such an acting moment. He gets concerned that he might get laryngitis, but then he looks at Tracy's photo and he, like, smiles again, being like, but for her, it's all worth it.
It's all worth it. So the lyrics.
As we said earlier, a lot of the lyrics in this show, phenomenal.
Yeah.
This song... Grace and I have joked that I don't know if they had a time crunch or they were just like, they'd written so many amazing songs for this show that they were like, I got
oh fuck, I got nothing. The lyric is, like a week that's only Mondays.
Okay, that's bad.
But like, okay, only ice cream, never Sundays. I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't want all that hot fudge. I'm fine with just ice cream.
Like a circle with no center.
By definition, then not a circle. It has to have a center for it to be a circle.
And then finally...
a door marked, do not enter. Most of the time, if a door is marked, do not enter, don't go into it.
These lyrics all happen when they are all safely back in Maybelle's shop. At the end of this song, Maybelle and little Inez come out because they live next to the shop. Finally, it's just hooligans dancing in the shop.
Yeah.
And Maybelle's like, did you come here to hide Tracy in this shop? That's a great idea. Why didn't you do that
sooner?
She says Tracy's welcome, and she also asks, like, what's Penny's deal?
Mm-hmm. They hold hands, and she's like, oh, So this is love. You know, the world's not going to want you to be together, so brace yourselves for a whole lot of ugly coming from a never-ending parade of stupid. To which Penny replies, oh, you've met my mom.
Oh, you've met my mom. I did not remember that lyric. I fully cackled.
So funny. Cut to Edna getting a phone call. We're almost done, guys.
Tracy calls her mom from Maybelle's shop.
Yeah.
She tells her mom, tomorrow's the pageant.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the pageant tomorrow without me and dress nicely.
Yes.
We cut to the pageant the next day. The police are inspecting everyone that comes into the pageant. However, Tracy's still very popular, so a lot of people are wearing like Tracy
dressing up as her.
Turnblad wigs. Yeah. So it's causing the police some confusion.
Yes. These are our goons, by the way. All of the police are the goons.
Oh,
Velma's
100%.
very much the gangster.
Yes.
Anyway.
Inside the studio, the talent agents arrive. She greets them. She's like, be on the lookout for my Amber. She's a little blonde one.
Yep.
Fun fact, do you know who plays the agents?
No.
Oh my gosh. So there's 4 agents.
Yeah.
I only have 2 of them. Ricky Lake is the female agent.
Oh my god.
The director choreographer is the other one.
Amazing.
And then 2 others are like people that did the music and lyrics.
I love it. Okay, so the show starts and Corny starts to sing the song Hairspray. He's such a good singer.
The pageant is sponsored, obviously, by Ultra Clutch Hairspray. The song is about how wonderful Hairspray the product is. James Marsden has such a good riff at the end of this song.
I have a note about it. His riff is so amazing. And it's so jazzy. So Courtney starts the competition with the talent show. It's basically everyone gets a dance solo.
And people that are voting call in to vote for whoever is performing at that time. So as we see the different girls dancing, we also see intercut people at the phones being like, yep, okay, a vote for this person, a vote for that person.
Yeah.
We see Edna in the audience, like in like sunglasses and a kerchief, like so undercover.
So sneaky.
And she sees Velma cheating. She sees Velma taking votes that were meant for someone else and replacing them and giving votes for Amber to the girl that is in charge of the tallying board.
Yes.
And Edna sees this and is like, oh my gosh.
Cut to outside. The cops are still guarding the entrance.
They're also on the radio with Velma saying, there's no sign of her. And Velma says she's definitely gonna come. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is when the police say she's not gonna risk arrest to show up to a talent contest. And Velma says, I risked venereal disease. She'll definitely risk arrest.
Yeah. So suddenly someone that looks like Tracy is walking towards the station. The police urgently call Velma and it's like, she's here.
That's her.
And they go to get her. And Velma sends out all of the cops that were in there to go and help. So they all run out. Surprise, it's not Tracy, it's her dad.
In a Tracy wig.
All of the cops have rushed outside. At this point, everyone who was on Maybelle's show all sort of put chairs in the doors so that they can't get in. There's like a side door
the police out.
that Seaweed just pops up and is like, yo, Wilbur, come here. It's like, the police don't even try any other doors. They're just like, we must get down this main door. Big goon energy.
Big goon. The police realize they've been locked out. And in the diversion of that chaos, Seaweed pops his head out the side door, calls Wilbur over, who skips over and
backwards.
Gets inside. And then they relock the side door. It was a diversion. Velma is still on the radio with the police, and they're like, well, we're locked outside. And Velma, over the radio, says, ugh, what if she's been inside this whole time and you've locked yourselves out? And they're like, oh, fuck, that's exactly what happened. So the police take this giant hairspray can that's definitely just like a promo prop, and they use it as a battering ram to break through the front doors of the show.
So they finally break in, and throughout all of this, everyone's dancing, by the way. Velma asks, what took you so long?
But they, like, go around a corner. They, like, get away from the front doors, and they run into Velma, and she's like, God, what took you so long?
They're like, the hairspray battering ram was heavy, and she's like, but they're hollow. Suddenly, they realize Tracy must have been inside the can, which I don't know how she didn't get a concussion. Anyway, so
they come back around the corner. They see the hairspray can is
like
fully open through a secret hatch, and Velma goes, you carried her in! Yeah. And they all scatter. But now,
as soon as they ran out,
they're like in the lobby, but they've been locked out of the actual sound stage.
Yes.
They're all like in one hallway. Like there's only one door into the soundstage.
Sure.
We see Tracy's feet skittering up a ladder and like across the grid. She's inside.
She's inside. Finally, it's Amber's turn to dance, and she's fine. But so she finishes, and they're like, okay, it's time to announce the winner. It's a very short pageant, apparently. He's like, it is my duty and requirement to announce that Amber Von Tussle, just then, Tracy is lowered in a big ol' spaceship prop, and she says, is about to get outdanced. And the song kicks into You Can't Stop the Beat, aka You Can't Stop to Breathe.
Amber fully gasps. Also, I want to mention that all the girls are in very classic 50s silhouettes, and Tracy has entered this soundstage.
Mod outfit.
Completely different aesthetic. Like, her hair is long and straightened. She's in a black and white checkerboard shift dress with high
go-go boots.
White go-go boots.
Ugh. She is embracing the next level of fashion.
Yeah. And also this new age.
Exactly.
Versus all the other dancers who are very much of the decade before.
Exactly.
She fully just confronts Amber while singing the song You Can't Stop the Beat, which is essentially like, you can't stop change, you can't stop progress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna outdance you.
So Amber runs to Link and like grabs him and like puts his arms around her waist, but he's like, no. And then he goes to dance and sing with Tracy, and they have a duet.
With Tracy.
It's so cute.
And Amber goes to sulk in the rocket.
Because that's like where the winner was supposed to stand. She's like, no, it's mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And then
Is that why?
because there's a little sign at the bottom that says Miss Teenage Hairspray 1962. And so
I always thought she was just saying like, no, the crown is mine.
No.
She goes to sulk in the rocket.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed
to stand. And so she's like, no, this is mine. And so as soon as that happens, the people who had lowered down Tracy lift her up, and they're like, haha, we have you trapped.
And Amber's essentially trapped
Stuck
like
up there.
15 feet off the floor.
Exactly.
Link and Tracy dance, and the crowd is really into the music. The agents are really into it, and Tracy notices, turns to Link, and she goes, look, the agents love you. This was a success. Mm-hmm. And Link says, not for long.
Not for long.
And he runs over to the side, and he invites little Inez on stage to dance with him. And Corny's like, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Inez Stubbs.
He dances with her a bit, and then he backs away and starts letting her take a full solo.
And the phones ring off the hook for her. We see people calling in for Inez.
Yes.
Velma is still locked out.
Yes.
We see Seaweed and Penny appear. Mm-hmm. Seaweed tries to bring Penny out on stage for a second, but she's got no rhythm.
No. Also, she is in a skin-tight dress to her knees and 5-inch pumps. There was no way she could do this dance.
I don't know why they did that.
I don't know either, because
it's a
she
great
just looked...
sexual liberation dance, but she doesn't look comfortable.
She doesn't look comfortable,
and
she can't
physically
move.
can't move. Yeah.
It wasn't a great costume choice in terms of the dancing, but it was a great costume choice in terms of the character development. I love this dress.
Penny does have a little verse with Seaweed of You Can't Stop the Beat.
And how they're going to be together now. And if anyone tries to stop them, they'll call the NAACP.
Then they go out on stage in front of the cameras to dance with Link and Tracy and Inez. Amber tries to get out of the rocket, and her dress catches, and then she falls to the ground and
twists her ankle.
Hurts her ankle.
Poor girl. Yeah. Right at the end of their dance number, Penny and Seaweed kiss on camera, and she says, I am now a checkerboard chick, and her mom sees this and falls over.
Is at home, sees this happening on... I don't know why Prudy was watching it, unless Prudy really likes his show secretly.
Yeah.
Falls over the coffee table to try to get at the TV to stop her daughter. Velma, just then, with all the police officers, fully manages to break down the door to get into the soundstage, but the cameras are still rolling, so she's like, stop. We have to wait till they go to commercial. Corny then announces that the winner of Miss Teen Hairspray is Inez Stubbs, and Velma looks horrified.
And everyone runs in and is cheering, so all of the students that were on Maybelle's show just run in with her, and suddenly the show is now and officially forever integrated. Now, Velma comes on right then and says she isn't even a candidate, and Corny cites the exact part of the clause in the little asterisk down at the bottom that says anyone that dances on the show is officially a candidate.
Is a valid candidate.
Yeah.
And now, not only is the show fully integrated, but because Inez won, she's now the lead dancer on the show.
Yeah! Amber makes hard eye contact with one of the African-American dancers, and it is hot.
Yeah, well, first she's mad that Inez wins, but then she accepts it. She's like, all right,
I lost.
It just wasn't meant to be, and she catches the eye of this really cute dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Velma tells Amber to stop it, And Amber's like, Mom, just,
I
we gotta
lost.
accept it.
Get
Like, I
over it."
lost. And Velma says, it's physically not possible that you lost because I switched the tallies.
Suddenly.
And we then hear Edna off camera being, Smile, you're on candid camera.
Yeah.
It's revealed that Edna not only overheard that, but has fully commandeered a camera
And
has
filmed
it
all of
turned
it.
on Velma. And that was fully seen on live TV, Velma admitting that she cheated.
Big gasp.
And Velma tries to get her to turn off the TV.
I love this moment because Amber just sort of like backs out of frame. Like
The producer comes over, yells at Velma, fires her. She's like, you can't fire me. He goes, oh yeah.
Then Corny calls for anyone who
That
wants to
it's the
join the
last
dancing.
chance.
Last chance,
Join
come
in
in
the
for dancing.
dance.
And Wilbur's like, do it now or forever wish you had. And so Edna takes off her shift and shows this fabulous red and gold tasseled fringe dress and goes to dance, and she is fabulous. Velma goes to Corny and is like, you have to stop this. The show is turning to gumbo, I think she calls it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck you, and goes to grab Maybelle, and he's like, this is your time. You got this. She goes
You take the stage.
and she does the finale of the song. Ugh, everyone's dancing together.
And we get a big ol' kiss from Tracy and Link at the end.
And
as
Inez
the
is
final
crowned.
chords play. Yeah.
And it's the end.
That's the end.
That's the end.
Of Hairspray.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. I'm out of breath from talking about this. Like, I feel like I just danced.
Anna, how did you enjoy this movie?
I'll always watch this movie. I told you this when I was watching this. This is like Dreamgirls in that things happened during the songs.
Yes.
It's not like with Anything Goes or one of our older ones where if a song started, you were like, all right, I can have a break. I can just enjoy this. I'll write down relevant lyrics. But no plot development is happening during the song. No.
Surprise!
That's a trend of modern movie musicals.
Yeah, as it should. A song is only like
Character development, but they're plot
drive the
developments
plot.
as well. This movie is just a joy for me to watch.
Yeah, I love every minute of it. It's so great.
I believe it's time for some dramaturgy report.
Oh!
The dramaturgy report! Dramaturgy report! This was directed and choreographed by Adam Michael Shankman. He was a judge on seasons 3 through 10 of So You Think You Can Dance.
Ooh.
He has directed several feature-length films, including A Walk to Remember, Bring Down the House, The Pacifier, and this 2007 remake of Hairspray. Additionally, he choreographed dozens of films. This is just a quick bullet point list, but I thought you would get a kick out of these, including the 1992 Flintstones movie, George of the Jungle, the Brendan Fraser one, the animated film Anastasia.
What? How?
Hey, the dancing. Like, he was, like, he
he was
choreographed all the reference dancing for it.
Okay.
Yeah. That one musical episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I did know that one.
He choreographed both Step Up 1 and 2, and was a producer on every single Step Up movie. Phenomenal. And honestly, I think him being director and choreographer is why
smart.
this film worked so well.
Yeah.
Because
it's so
the dance,
integrated.
It's such a dance show, and it was so well integrated.
Yeah.
And it wasn't seen as just something you had to do. The dance moved the plot forward.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, oh, we have the acting scenes and then we have the dancing scenes. It was like, no, this is a dance show, so the dancing has to be a part of everything. Yeah.
And I'm actually going to cut to, there's one specific review that I have quoted for when we talk about reviews and reception, but it's from the Baltimore Sun, where they said, quote, in its entirety, Hairspray has the funny tilt that only a director or choreographer can give to a movie. Pointing out that the director really, really skillfully put this new millennial zing behind exact recreations of period dances like the mashed potato. We've already met this cinematographer, Boyan Bazelli. We met him with Burlesque.
I see that vibe.
But as I said before, he's a Montenegrin cinematographer and director of films, commercials, and music videos.
I have so much information. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the stage musical. So the writer of the book for the stage musical, two of them, Mark O'Donnell and Thomas Meehan, they won the Tony Award for Hairspray, and they also worked on this film adaptation. Now, Thomas Meehan also wrote the books for Annie, The Producers, Young Frankenstein, and Elf the Musical. So, like, storied history. Yeah. So the idea of Hairspray as a stage musical was first conceived of in 1998. There was a movie, which was the 1988 film. It was a John Waters film. And the producer, Margot Lyon, contacted John Waters, and then he gave his blessing for her to start working on a stage production of his movie.
You know John Waters has a cameo in this?
Who was he?
He's the flasher who lives next door.
Oh no!
In the opening number.
So funny. Anyway, so Margot Lang contacted Rob Marshall about directing the musical, and at the time, he was involved with the screen adaptation of Chicago, which we will also get to. Since Rob Marshall eventually ended up fully committing to Chicago, Margot Lyon ended up hiring Jack O'Brien and Jerry Mitchell to direct and choreograph the stage show of Hairspray. Now, apparently, the song, I Know Where I've Been, became sort of controversial. It was inspired by the scene in the movie. So this is a quote: "It never dawned on us that a torrent of protests would follow us from almost everyone involved in the show. The song is too sad, it's too preachy, it doesn't belong. Tracy should sing the 11 o'clock number." But we simply didn't want our show to be yet another showbiz version of civil rights story where the black characters are the background. And what could be more Tracy Turnblad-like than to give the 11 o'clock number to the black family at the heart of the struggle? Luckily, the audiences embraced this moment, which enriches the happy ending to follow, and it is our proudest achievement of the entire experience of writing Hairspray. So happy that they ended up fighting for that. So the Broadway production of Hairspray opened at the Neil Simon Theater on Wednesday, August 15th, 2002, ran for 2,642 performances, and won the 2003 Tony Awards for Best Musical, Best Book, and Best Score. So, following the success of the Broadway musical, they decided that they were going to try to develop it into a film musical. Development for that started in late 2004. The executive producers of Chicago were hired as the producers for Hairspray, and they began discussing the possibility of casting John Travolta and Billy Crystal as Edna and Wilbur.
Wow.
So Thomas Meehan and Mark O'Donnell, so the authors of the book for the stage musical, wrote the first draft of the screenplay, but they were replaced by Leslie Dixon, who was the screenwriter for comedies like Mrs. Doubtfire and Freaky Friday. Eventually, they decided to hire Adam Shankman as the director and the choreographer, and Adam Shankman arranged a meeting with John Waters, who told him, "Don't do what I did, don't do what the play did, do your own thing." Despite this, Shankman still notes, "All roads of Hairspray lead back to John Waters." So, Leslie Dixon is an American screenwriter and film producer. She is known for a whole bunch of adaptations and rewrites, so like I said, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Thomas Crown Affair, Pay It Forward, and of course, Hairspray. She was hired primarily to tone down the campiness that's inherent in the stage musical. They made several changes, and that includes dropping a couple of characters that were in the 88 version. One noticeable difference between the stage musical and the original film and the 2007 version is that Tracy does not go to jail in the 2007 version. So in both previous incarnations of Hairspray, Tracy is arrested and taken to jail along with the other protesters. There were a lot of songs that were modified from the stage show to this version, the 2007 one. The biggest one is they removed the song "Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now," which is a number performed by Tracy Penny and Amber to their respective mothers. It ended up being cut because while they liked the idea, it didn't advance the plot. The reprise of Big Blonde and Beautiful was added to add the subplot of Velma attempting to seduce Wilbur. New Girl in Town was written for the stage musical but dropped, and so they brought it back in for this one, so that was an original song for the show. So there's like a bunch of just things that were all a part of the main storyline and have internal cuts and switches and use. So everything was basically used. I think there were only like one or two original songs. Most of it was either had been written for it and had been cut earlier or was in a different part of the show, things like that. So now I'm going to talk about actors and casting. For most of the people, there were several options. Now, Nikki Blonsky was Tracy. She was chosen out of a whole bunch of people. For Motormouth Maybelle, the other option was Aretha Franklin. Mm-hmm. Her singing "I Know Where I've Been" is something that, as much as I love Queen Latifah, I would love to have her do a cover of that song. I wish that existed. Zac Efron was cast. There were no other options for him. Basically, after they saw him in High School Musical, Adam Shankman was like, yeah!
Yeah, that guy.
The other people considered for Velma were Meryl Streep and Madonna. Wild. Hayden Panettiere was also considered for Amber. Billy Crystal was considered for Wilbur. And the other people considered for Edna were Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, and Robin Williams. It would have been amazing.
That would have been incredible.
Now, a bit of a story about James Marsden. So James Marsden told Vanity Fair that when he was up for Hairspray, he heard that Ashton Kutcher and Jake Gyllenhaal were also being considered for the Corny Collins role. He told his agent, well, when they're not interested or not available, I'll be waiting in the wings. Sweet pea.
I'd love to talk about reviews and reception.
Yes.
So, at the time when it came out, Hairspray had the widest opening for any musical film in modern box office history.
Wow.
Like, it opened in... Normally it'll have, like, a smaller release. Yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. It opened in over 3,000 theaters on July 20th, 2007.
Wow.
It held the record for biggest opening weekend of a movie based on a Broadway musical until Mamma Mia.
That tracks.
Also, 2 weeks after it was released, sing-along versions of the film were sent to theaters, so you
Anna,
could go and sing
I'm
along.
so mad. I want this so bad.
Oh. It's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes based on 220 critical reviews. Generally, reviews were very good.
Hell yeah.
It was nominated for a lot of things. The one award I am going to specifically shout out was it was nominated for an Arterios Award, which is a casting award. So it was an outstanding achievement in casting for a studio feature.
Hell yeah.
All right, that takes us to singing and dancing, which, like, how dare I have notes?
I have no notes.
I have no notes. The dancing, this is a dancing show. The dancing is so hard, and they did a great job at it.
And even with the singing, Queen Latifah's voice is stunning. Elijah Kelly's voice is stunning. Nikki Blonsky can hit notes that are fabulous. And, like, even though John Travolta and Christopher Walken, their song together...
It was so endearing.
Even if
and
it wasn't, like...
I think the thing, like, they were kind of on the same level singing-wise.
Yeah.
Like, John Travolta can sing and Christopher Walken can sing.
Yeah.
They can't capital S sing.
No.
But the fact that they were paired together, I think,
made
pulled
it total
the song
sense.
off.
Yeah.
Do you have any gripes?
No.
Or giggles?
I have so many giggles. I have not a single gripe.
I've made my general giggle just like James Marsden. Like, James Marsden is the secret play of this film for me.
He is the secret hero of this movie. Giggles, there's so many fun bits in I Can Hear the Bells that I'm also gonna make this my homework. I mean, like, my general homework is, like, watch this movie. But, like, if you're not gonna watch this movie, watch I Can Hear the Bells. There's so many tiny moments that are hilarious, that are impossible to describe because they're so fast, that I just, like, watch I Can Hear the Bells.
I'd say my homework is just to watch the final pageant scene.
The whole scene, yeah.
Because I want the homework to be James Marsden's riff in Hairspray. But I also, like, the last 15 minutes of this film, utter chaos, so high energy, so much fun.
So good.
And again, it's not even a giggle, but my biggest appreciative moment, everyone knew what movie they were in.
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone knew the height they had to achieve.
Oh, yeah.
Both in hair and energy.
Absolutely. What's your fun fact?
I think I might have said them all at this point.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, according to the producer's commentary, the Hairspray and the Ultra Clutch cans, especially during that final sequence we were talking about in the pageant, they're spraying it all over the place, and they found that actual hairspray didn't show up on camera, so the only thing that would catch the light and show up on camera was deodorant, and so everyone was just smelling fine,
Spraying
which
deodorant.
honestly I think helped considering how hard they were dancing.
Honestly, they probably appreciated it.
Yeah.
I have a couple really quick facts. So, first off, we talked about how Run and Tell That takes place on a bus. To make that happen, the production fully just, like, chopped up a 1957 transit bus. When they were shooting on the bus wasn't actually moving.
Yep.
That part was filmed in a soundstage. And then my final thing, just because we've talked about Penny's final dress so much, apparently, and I didn't notice this, so I kind of want to go back and look for it. Apparently her final dress is the same print as the curtains in her bedroom, implying that she made that dress out of the curtains in her bedroom, which is very much an homage to Sound of Music.
I love every bit of that.
That makes sense, because you know how the dress has, like, a little bottom section that's attached by those are curtain grommets.
That makes so much sense. Amazing.
I love that so much. I gotta go back and look for that. Right? That's the end of my stuff.
Amazing. Me too.
My face hurts. Does your face hurt?
Yes, absolutely. I love this so much. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Well, what a fantastic kickoff to season 2.
Absolutely.
What a long episode to kick us off for season 2.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Well, if you're still here,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much for tuning in for season 2. Again, we talked about the last episode of season 1, but like we could never have dreamed that we would still be doing this podcast.
I know.
We did this podcast because we just like it.
Yep.
And we like talking to each other.
Yep.
People listen to us, which is absolutely crazy.
Stupid.
If you're still here,
Great.
Thank you so much for sticking around. If you don't follow us on social media already,
what are you doing?
You can find us everywhere podcasts are found.
Yeah, throw us into a star, write our epitaphs.
Write us a review.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening. That's literally all she wrote. Grace, do you have anything to send us off with?
Just a goodbye.
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 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.